Majo, John, Madden, Colonia, Moctezuma, the poor person's barrio, which also houses the daycare, and the school, which serves the middle class folks from the other side of the road, the middle class side of the road, and that's a city bus going by. There's one of the classic old vans that you see all over Mexico, and I thought it was just dead in the water, but then one day the guy had it up here fixing it, and then it was gone for a while, and now it's back, so it's still got life in it. And my van at 23 years old has got life in it, but muchos problemas. Got to have some brake work done that could run very expensive. It needs a new battery. It's been dinero hog since I hit Mexico 9 months ago. I've been house poor. That's my house. It's my Auto Furgoneta camper van, and I've lived in it and its predecessor for 3.5 years now, on the road, and it's a lifestyle that works for me. My first one looked a bit like that one right there. That's maybe a little older. Well, no, probably not. Mine was an 88, but it was a high top, and that was great. I could almost stand in it. This has got a smaller footprint. So I'm doing a long about all the chaos that went on in this neighborhood thanks to Consolidated Federal Electric, the power company for maybe all of Veracruz State, I don't know. In the U.S., 3 years on the road, I became convinced that the power companies were the worst offenders of all the corporations, maybe more than Big Pharma, any of them. Polluters, incredible profits in oil and gas in Texas. I spent a year in Texas. CNN's got a special about deep in the pockets of Texas, that oil and gas runs that place. If you meet somebody who's come to Texas for a job, it's oil and gas. And I contended with refineries in Port Arthur and Lake Charles and all kinds of places, and the oil rigs offshore. So ugly. I'm gonna move away from that noise. Somebody's running a power tool. So I have been in this area about 3 months, except I was gone for 6 weeks to the big city of Xalapa, which was very exciting and very wonderful at Navidad season. I got lots of videos on my channel about that. Juarez Parks, Christmas Central, the gorgeous Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, and across from it, the Palace of Governors, equally gorgeous. But I came back, and I like it out here. It's slower, less urban, and prettier. There's a really nice park right behind the school here. Not even a genuine park. There's great parks in this area. It's a natural space because it was just too rugged to build on. So I came back. I got back here Thursday morning a week ago. Is today Thursday again? No, I think today's Wednesday. So tomorrow it'll be a week. And parked here. And on school days, my big van is not welcome here because you got all kinds of parents and teachers wanting these limited spots. So I have to clear out early in the morning. But it's been no school and will not be, I guess, until January 5th. And hopefully my brake work will be done and I'll be out of here by then. Or I can park on the other side. That works out fine too. Except here, I've got the Wi-Fi. So Pemex is the big power company from Mexico. Are they a terrible, rapacious polluter? I don't know. I've gone by a couple of their projects out in the country where they have in hand lettering, this is a project to benefit all the people of Mexico, especially the poor. And when I run that by people, they laugh. I think that's pretty hysterical. Pemex is not in it for the poor. And God only, it's the state-funded power company. So how corrupt are they? I don't know. I do not know. Everybody you talk to has different versions of how corrupt the government is. A lot of people like AMLO, Abraham Manuel Lopez Obrador, the president. A lot of people like him. They say he's for the people and less corrupt. And his successor is almost certainly about to be a woman, which is great. But I thought it was that post there that was delivering the Wi-Fi, because Consolidated CFE delivers a public Wi-Fi, which you can access in a variety of places, but right here is the strongest. And I thought it was coming from that. Well, Oscar Jr., who lives with his dad, Oscar, there, told me yesterday, no, the modem's right on this post. And the reason is certainly not to serve the poor people of the barrio, it's to serve the school and the daycare. They get their Wi-Fi from that. So I had a run-in with a kid who lives back over here. He's a hard drinker, hard partier. And Christmas Eve, I didn't get Santa Claus. I got him at 2 in the morning pounding on the side of my van looking for a cigarette. And I gave him holy hell. And the next day I gave him more holy hell. And he took it badly. I mean, Mexicans, you hurt their feelings if you disagree with them. You have to go all sideways to not directly contradict somebody. And I gave him hell. I really gave him hell. And he stood over there and threatened me with his eyes. He did one of these back and forth. I'm watching you. And when lovely Oscar, 45-ish taxi driver, family man down here, who I chat with, came by and said, how you doing? I told him what was going on. And I think he had observed it. I think he had maybe heard me, because when the kid walked in front of my van, which was not so close to the wall, and indicated, I'm watching you, I gave him a big old fuck you, which most places in Mexico, you can say that, and all people know is that you're making a lot of noise. They don't know what the hell that means, but the punk kids certainly do. So I told Oscar, I think I have to get out of this neighborhood now, because I don't trust him not to at least vandalize my car or try to steal shit out of it. And he says, no, you don't have to do that. I'll jumpstart your car, which I needed. Bring it right down here in front of my house. You'll be safe. He's not going to mess with you over there. So I moved over there. Well, yesterday, I was happily ensconced in my van doing Wi-Fi stuff. I'm a writer and a videographer and posting to YouTube, which I can do from this on a good day. Not all the time. And you'll see in some of my earlier videos, this huge crane parks about here, and one of the guys comes and talks to me, and one of the neighbors comes and talks to me. You gotta get out of that spot because he's trying to get down there. Now the guy who's driving the trucks, it was lost in translation. Some people work so hard to catch my crazy Spanglish, which is a whole lot better than 9 months in. Some people have great conversations, but some people hear my American accent and say, I can't understand a fucking word this guy's saying. They wouldn't say fucking. They don't swear. They really don't. Such sweet, gentle people. But he kept giving me a thumbs up and stuff, but the word was no, he really did want me to move. So Oscar came home, jumped my car, moved it up here. My battery keeps dying on my phone, and my memory goes out because I have so many videos in my iPhone. So by the time the cement mixer trucks, which were much bigger than the crane was very tall, but these were huge, the hugest cement mixers I've seen. And God only knows what they came in for, because they didn't dump much cement. They put down a drizzling of cement as if they thought, well, it'll go into the ruts. And, you know, weeks ago, a big backhoe came in here and graded that part for the middle class folks, but didn't go down here. And this neighborhood honeycombs all over the side of the hill. There must be 60, 100 homes in there, apartments. So they were here for hours and they were so noisy. And even with me parked here, those cement mixers came awfully close to the car. So, they didn't dump much cement at all. And it rained all night and it was all soggy this morning. All through Mexico in concrete you see footprints and dog prints in the concrete. I think they don't do a good job of protecting it after they lay it down. See those towers going back there? So as much excitement Much excitement, very stimulating. And then I was down at Wilbur's Tienda where the blue tarp is there. And by that point, the cement mixers were gone, but the crane was still down there. And I came out, and out of the corner of my eye, I thought, he's moving. And he was backing up. But I was faster than him. So what's to say about all that? It's always a projected test. I'm due to make a longer version of Course in Miracles, which the first 10 lessons of Course in Miracles unravel your perceptions of reality. They're all variations of I don't know the meaning of anything I see. I'm never upset for the reason I think. It's all projection. So it's all projection all the time. And we have to work at getting clear, work at communicating with others, work at unraveling our trauma so we're not total stress balls. And if we're lucky, we have a spiritual experience like I did 4 years ago. For 30 years, I didn't think I was lucky because I had been wrongly diagnosed as bipolar disorder and put on horrendous meds. And I spent 30 years basically in agony, just trying not to kill myself. Yeah. And then I snapped. June 26th of 2019. It all shifted, and I've been a happy camper ever since. I have. Doesn't mean I don't grieve. There's a lot to grieve about. I grieve about my country of origin, and I'm honestly so relieved not to be there. Oh my God. Mexico is way safer than the U.S. Way safer than the U.S. It's relatively easy to avoid the cartel areas unless you live there. Unless you're the poor souls who have lived in Michoacan before the cartel took over the avocado trade. But mostly places like this, so safe. There's no guns. There's no guns. People don't own guns. They're allowed to register it and keep it in your home for self-defense, but nobody does. No. It's safe. Doesn't mean people aren't scared sometimes, but it usually, I think it means that their own psyche is tormenting them. The folks I know who are really sweet religious people who have all kinds of irrational fears about big cities and stuff, muy mal hombres everywhere, behind every bush. I think it's because they have a nasty God, and then they project their relationship with God, who will smite them and punish them. They see the whole world as dangerous then. That's how it's looking to me right now. This little path takes you down to that natural space. And when it's slippery, it's pretty treacherous. And it's pretty steep always. But the old people do it fine because they've been doing it a long time. Little old ladies hobbling along, they come right up it slow. But they do it. If I betray the fact that I'm crazy about the Mexican people, it's true. I could talk for hours. All right. Bye. From Moctezuma Colonia, Xalapa City area, Veracruz State, central Mexico, closer to the coast, mostly real close to the Gulf Coast.